Did you know that some of the vitamins you've been faithfully taking, thinking they're helping you stay strong, could actually be weakening your legs? I know how hard you work to take care of yourself. You read the labels, you listen to your doctor, you try to eat right. But I've seen something over and over again in my practice, something that breaks my heart. A few months ago, I had a longtime patient named Edna, 82 years old, sharp as ever, but she came in frustrated. She said, "Doc, I've been doing everything right. Why do my legs feel so heavy? Why am I stumbling more often?" After some simple tests and a peek into her supplement drawer, we found the answer. So today, I want to have a quiet, honest conversation with you, just like I did with Edna, about the 5 vitamins that could be silently draining your strength and what you can do to feel steady and confident again. If you've ever felt like your legs just aren't what they used to be, stay with me. This might change how you care for your body in the best possible way. 1. Calcium, the bone builder that stiffens your muscles. You've heard it for decades. Take your calcium or your bones will crumble. But what if I told you that same calcium pill might be making it harder for you to stand up from your favorite chair? Calcium is deeply ingrained in the minds of older adults as the key to strong bones. And yes, your bones do need it, but only in the right amount and in the right company. What many people don't realize is that calcium doesn't act alone. For your muscles to work properly, to flex, to relax, to support your balance, they need a delicate partnership between calcium and another mineral called magnesium. The problem starts when we overload on calcium from supplements without enough magnesium to keep things in check. You might not notice it at first. Just a little heaviness in the legs when you climb stairs. Some minor cramping in your calves at night. But slowly, quietly, your muscles begin to resist. They don't move as fluidly. They tire faster. And you begin to lose that feeling of strength in your stride. If this imbalance continues, it can do more than just tire you out. Over time, too much calcium in your bloodstream can lead to something called arterial calcification. That means calcium starts settling into places it shouldn't, like the walls of your blood vessels. When this happens, blood doesn't flow as freely to your legs, starving your muscles of the oxygen and nutrients they need. The result? Chronic fatigue, stiffness, and a growing fear of falling. And I'll tell you honestly, many of my patients didn't know it was their supplement routine that was setting the stage for this. The good news is, you don't need to give up calcium altogether. You just need to be smarter about how you get it. First, look at your diet. Most older adults already get more than enough calcium through foods like milk, yogurt, cheese, leafy greens, almonds, and even fortified breakfast cereals. Unless your doctor has told you otherwise, that might be all you need. Second, make sure you're getting enough magnesium, and it doesn't have to come from a pill. Just 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds or a serving of cooked spinach can make a real difference. And finally, if you're still taking a calcium supplement, ask your doctor whether it's truly necessary. A simple blood test can give you a clearer picture. So here's something simple you can do today. Go to your kitchen cabinet, pull out your calcium supplement, and read the label. Then ask yourself, do I really need this? Or am I just following old advice? You can even write down what foods you already eat that contain calcium. It might surprise you. Next, we'll talk about another supplement that's quietly hiding in many medicine cabinets, one that's often praised for giving energy, but may actually be draining it from your muscles. Let's take a closer look at iron. 2. Iron. When too much energy drains your muscles. You've probably heard that iron gives you energy, and it's true in the right amount. But here's the surprising truth. Many seniors are taking iron supplements they don't need, and instead of boosting their strength, it's slowly wearing them down. Let me explain this gently. Iron is essential for carrying oxygen in your blood. When you're young or pregnant, iron needs are higher. But as we age, our bodies become more efficient at storing it and much less likely to lose it. The problem is, many older adults still take iron as part of a daily multivitamin or out of habit from decades past, not realizing that their body might already have too much. And here's what too much iron can do. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that flush out, iron accumulates. It gets stored in tissues, especially your muscles, liver, and heart. Over time, this buildup creates something called oxidative stress. It's like tiny sparks damaging your cells, causing low-grade inflammation that's hard to feel, until it starts showing up in your legs. I've had patients, just like my friend Richard, a 76-year-old retired teacher, who came in saying, "Doc, I walk 2 blocks and I feel like my legs are made of lead." He was still taking an iron pill every day, even though his diet was rich in spinach, red meat, and fortified cereal. We ran a ferritin test, and sure enough, his iron stores were too high. Within a month of stopping the supplement, his energy came back. When iron builds up, it interferes with magnesium, just like excess calcium does. That leads to muscle tightness, poor nerve signaling, and those nighttime leg cramps that make it hard to sleep. And if you've ever felt a strange heaviness in your legs, or you tire too quickly even after resting, it might not be aging. It could be iron overload quietly sabotaging your strength. But here's the good news. Unless your doctor has told you you're iron deficient, you probably don't need an iron supplement at all. Most seniors get plenty through food: lean beef, beans, spinach, and iron-fortified products. A better approach? Help your body absorb the iron you already eat by pairing it with vitamin C, like squeezing lemon juice on spinach or enjoying a small glass of orange juice with lunch. So here's your gentle action step. If you're taking an iron supplement, pause. Write down all the sources of iron in your diet and ask your doctor for a simple ferritin test. It's a small blood test with big answers. Up next, let's look at a vitamin that many believe keeps them young and protected. But when taken in excess, it may quietly throw off your balance and coordination. Let's talk about vitamin E. Vitamin E, the balance breaker. Vitamin E is often called the anti-aging vitamin. You've likely seen it on labels promising better heart health, sharper memory, even smoother skin. But what if I told you that too much vitamin E, especially from supplements, could actually be making your legs weaker and your balance less steady? Let me walk you through this gently. Vitamin E is an antioxidant, and yes, your body does need it. But as with many things, more is not always better. In fact, high doses of synthetic vitamin E can interfere with another important nutrient, vitamin K. Now, vitamin K isn't just for blood clotting. It also helps your blood vessels deliver oxygen and nutrients to your muscles, especially in your legs. When too much vitamin E disrupts this system, it's like cutting off the fuel line to an engine. Your muscles stop getting what they need to stay strong and responsive. I remember a patient named Lorraine, a sweet 81-year-old who prided herself on staying independent. She started having these little stumbles at home. Nothing serious at first, just a few off-balance moments. We checked her medications, her vision, even her ears. But the real issue turned out to be a daily vitamin E capsule, 400 IU, that she'd been taking for over a decade. Once we removed it and adjusted her nutrition, her stability noticeably improved. Too much vitamin E can also thin your blood more than necessary. That might sound like a good thing for heart health, but in seniors it can cause lightheadedness when you stand up or bruising after a small bump. Have you ever stood up from bed and felt a sudden wave of dizziness, or noticed that your legs feel just a little less sure underneath you? It might not be your age. It could be that your supplement is quietly working against you. The good news is, your body knows how to handle vitamin E from food. Almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and even avocados give you the right dose, naturally balanced, easily absorbed, and without side effects. There's rarely a need to supplement, unless your doctor has advised you to, and even then, it should be closely monitored. So here's a gentle next step. If you're taking a standalone vitamin E supplement, check the dosage. More than 200 IU a day might be too much for most seniors, and instead, try getting your vitamin E from a handful of almonds or a spinach salad. Coming up, we'll explore a vitamin that's essential for bone and immune health, but when taken in excess, it can stiffen your muscles and leave your legs feeling tight and crampy. Let's take a closer look at vitamin D. 4. Vitamin D. Helpful in small doses, harmful in excess. Vitamin D is one of the most recommended nutrients for older adults, and for good reason. It helps keep our bones strong, supports our immune system, and even plays a role in muscle function. But here's something that might surprise you. More isn't always better. In fact, taking too much vitamin D can quietly weaken your legs, stiffen your muscles, and make walking feel more like a chore than a joy. It's a common belief among seniors. I'm getting older, so I must need more vitamin D. And often, without checking blood levels, people start taking high-dose supplements, sometimes 2,000 or even 5,000 IU per day, believing it will protect them. But your body has limits. And when vitamin D builds up too much, it can create a condition called hypercalcemia, meaning there's too much calcium floating in your blood. Now remember earlier when we talked about calcium? When it's not being directed into the bones properly, it can start causing problems elsewhere. Excess calcium in the blood can stiffen muscles, cause cramping, and interfere with your nerves' ability to communicate with your legs. That's when you get that tight, achy feeling in your thighs. Or when you wake up with a painful cramp in your calf. These symptoms are often blamed on aging, but in many cases, it's the body's way of saying, something's out of balance. I think of Mr. Lewis, a 79-year-old who loved gardening but found himself avoiding the yard. "My legs just don't bounce back like they used to," he said. He was taking 4,000 IU of vitamin D daily, recommended by a friend, not a doctor. After a quick test, we discovered his levels were well above normal. We scaled back to a food-based plan: salmon twice a week, eggs at breakfast, and a few minutes in the morning sun. And within a month, he told me, "Doc, I can kneel to pick my tomatoes again." Too much vitamin D can also dehydrate your muscle cells. It pulls in more calcium, yes, but at the cost of lowering magnesium and potassium, two minerals your muscles rely on to stay relaxed and responsive. Without enough of them, your muscles get tense, sore, and prone to spasms. If you've ever felt that your legs just don't want to move smoothly, or that they fatigue after even light activity, it may not be weakness, but imbalance. Here's a safe way forward. Don't take high-dose vitamin D unless your doctor has tested your blood and told you to. The test you want is called 25-hydroxyvitamin D, or 25-OHD for short. Aim for a level between 30 and 50 IU, not higher. And consider natural sources instead. Fatty fish like salmon, fortified dairy products, and a little sunlight each day, just 10 to 15 minutes in the morning, can go a long way. So here's your next small action. Check the label on your vitamin D bottle. If it's over 1,000 IU per day, pause and ask your doctor whether it's still the right dose for you. Better yet, write down your current vitamin D intake from all sources, pills, multivitamins, and diet, so you can make informed choices. In our next segment, we'll look at a vitamin that's often praised for helping with nerves and energy, but when taken in high doses, can quietly cause numbness, imbalance, and make walking feel like you're stepping on clouds. Let's talk about vitamin B6. 5. Vitamin B6, the silent nerve damager. Most people think of vitamin B6 as a good thing, something that boosts energy, supports brain health, and keeps your nerves in top shape. And that's true, but only in the right amount. What many seniors don't realize is that too much B6, especially from supplements, can actually damage the very nerves you're trying to protect. It's easy to miss, because the signs come on slowly. A little tingling in the feet, a bit of numbness in the toes. Maybe you start to feel like you're walking on something soft, even though the floor is firm. These early symptoms are often brushed off as just getting older, but they can be the first signs of something more serious. B6 toxicity. Unlike some vitamins that your body can flush out easily, B6 builds up when you take too much, especially if it comes from multiple sources. It's not just in your daily supplement. It might be hiding in your multivitamin, your protein powder, your fortified cereal, even your healthy energy drink. And over time, high levels of B6 can damage the nerves that help you feel your feet, maintain balance, and control your movement. I remember a woman named Clara, age 73. She came into my office complaining of losing her footing and feeling unsure on stairs. We ruled out inner ear issues and circulation problems. Then I asked her to bring in her supplements. She was taking 50 milligrams of B6 daily, not realizing that the recommended daily intake for seniors is just 1.7 milligrams. That's less than 4% of what she was taking. Once she stopped, her symptoms slowly began to fade. If this continues unchecked, it can lead to a condition called sensory neuropathy. That's when the nerves that send signals from your legs to your brain become damaged. The result? Numbness, poor coordination, and a higher risk of falls. And the scary part is, the longer the exposure to high B6 levels, the harder it is for the nerves to fully recover. But there's a simple fix. Get your B6 from food, not pills. Foods like bananas, potatoes, chicken, and fish provide the right amount in a natural form your body knows how to process. And unless a doctor has specifically told you to take a B6 supplement, you likely don't need one at all. So here's your gentle action step. Gather all the supplements you take, your multivitamin, protein drinks, anything with a label, and look at how much B6 you're getting total each day. If it's more than 10 milligrams, talk to your doctor and ask if you need a blood test to check your B6 level, especially if you've been feeling numbness or instability. Coming up, we'll shift from what to avoid to what you can do instead. Let's talk about simple, natural ways to protect your leg strength and mobility without relying on unnecessary pills. The missing piece. When to get blood tests and who to talk to. Many seniors assume that if a vitamin is sold over the counter, It must be safe. But here's the truth most people don't hear. Just because you can take a supplement doesn't mean you should, especially without checking your levels first. It's something I've seen countless times. A patient comes in with leg cramps, weakness, or strange fatigue. They're eating well, sleeping fine, but taking 3 or 4 different supplements just to be safe. The problem? Their body didn't need half of them, and worse, some were actually causing harm. That's why I call this the missing piece, a simple blood test. It's the step most people skip, and it makes all the difference. Without it, you're guessing in the dark. But with it, you can target exactly what your body needs, and just as important, what it doesn't. If you're over 60, ask your doctor for these 4 tests at your next checkup. Serum calcium, to check if you're getting too much from food or pills. Ferritin, to see if iron is building up in your system. 25-hydroxyvitamin D, to confirm your actual vitamin D level. Plasma vitamin B6, especially if you've felt numbness or instability. These aren't exotic or expensive tests. Most primary care providers can order them easily. If your doctor isn't sure whether you need them, bring this list with you. You have the right to understand what's going on inside your body. So here's something you can do this week. Gather all your supplements into one bag, every bottle or powder and pill, and bring it to your next appointment. Say, "Can we look at these together?" That one conversation could protect your legs, your balance, and your independence for years to come. Now that you know what to avoid and how to check your levels, let's shift toward healing. Coming up next, 5 simple, natural foods that help protect your muscles without a single pill. Real food over pills. 5 safe, nutrient-rich foods. There's a quiet myth that's taken root over the years that the more supplements you take, the healthier you'll be. But the truth is, your body wasn't designed to run on pills. It was designed to thrive on food. I often tell my patients this: if nature made it, your body knows what to do with it. If it came from a factory, we might need to be more cautious. That's because real food delivers nutrients in a balanced, absorbable form, alongside fiber, enzymes, and other helpers that pills simply can't provide. When we rely too heavily on supplements, we risk overloading our system. But with whole foods, the body self-regulates. It takes what it needs and gently lets go of the rest. That means less risk of buildup, imbalance, or side effects. So if you're looking for simple, safe ways to nourish your muscles and protect your legs, here are 5 foods I recommend to nearly every senior. Salmon. Just 2 servings a week give you natural vitamin D, omega-3s, and protein to support muscle repair. Spinach. Rich in iron and magnesium, it helps keep muscles energized and nerves calm. Pumpkin seeds. A spoonful a day offers magnesium and a crunch your heart will thank you for. Bananas. Full of vitamin B6 and potassium, great for nerve health and preventing cramps. Almonds. A gentle source of vitamin E in just the right amount. No blood-thinning side effects. You don't need fancy recipes. A spinach omelet in the morning, a banana for your afternoon snack, a handful of almonds before bed. That's already a strong start. So here's a little challenge for tomorrow. Add one of these foods to your plate and see how it makes you feel. Your body is wise. It will notice. Next, let's talk about something just as important as what you eat: how you move. We'll look at gentle ways to strengthen your legs and protect your balance without leaving your home. Gentle movement for strong legs. There's a common belief that if your legs feel weak, you should rest more. But here's the truth. The less you move, the weaker your legs become. I've seen it time and time again. Someone avoids walking because their knees ache, or skips stairs because they feel unsteady. And at first, it seems like the smart choice. But over time, the muscles shrink from lack of use, the joints stiffen, and simple things like standing from a chair or reaching for a shelf become harder than they used to be. The good news is you don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment to keep your legs strong. In fact, the best movements are often the smallest ones, done consistently at home in a way that feels safe. Let me share 2 of my favorite exercises I recommend to my older patients. First, the seated march. Sit on a firm chair, lift one knee toward your chest, then lower it, then the other leg. Repeat 10 times per side. This builds strength in your thighs and improves circulation. Second, the toothbrush toe lift. While brushing your teeth, stand and slowly rise onto your toes, then lower your heels back down. Try 10 gentle lifts. It strengthens your calves and improves balance, all in 2 minutes a day. These movements may seem simple, but done daily, they wake up your muscles and protect your ability to move confidently. So here's your next small step. Pick one of these 2 exercises and try it today. You might be surprised how quickly your legs respond when you start treating them with a little gentle effort. Now, to bring everything together, let's revisit the heart of today's message and the small choices that can help you stay steady, strong, and independent for years to come. You deserve strength. Many seniors believe that weakness is just part of getting older, that slower steps, leg cramps, and imbalance are things you simply have to accept. But I'm here to tell you, they're not. Today, we've uncovered something powerful, how 5 common vitamins, when taken without real need, can quietly rob you of strength, stability, and confidence. We talked about calcium, iron, vitamin E, D, and B6, and how too much of a good thing can slowly work against your legs, not for them. But we didn't stop there. We looked at the missing hus, blood tests to guide your choices, and embraced real food and gentle movement as simple, natural ways to rebuild what's been lost. And here's the most important part: it's not too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or 90, your body still listens when you care for it with intention. So here's my final invitation. Take one small step today. Maybe it's reviewing your supplement labels. Maybe it's trying that seated march. Maybe it's just asking your doctor one new question. And if this video helped you feel seen or supported, would you let me know? Type a 1 in the comments if you're going to take action, or a 0 if you're still thinking it through. Either way, I'm proud of you. If you'd like more videos like this, gentle, honest, and rooted in care, subscribe to the channel and share this with someone you love. Until next time, take care of your legs. They carry more than your weight. They carry your freedom.